अ, इसे कहते हैं सैड फेस। हाँ जी, क्या आपकी भी ऐसी फीलिंग्स आ रही हैं? क्योंकि जी देखो, कल 2 मुकाबले हुए हैं फुटबॉल के। एक था मुकाबला चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल का। आप में से जो लोग हैं, जो रात के 12 बजे के बाद जज सकते हैं, वो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा। हमारे जैसे बंदे तो आउट हो जाते हैं तब तक। लेकिन उससे पहले बहुत बड़ा मुकाबला था भारतीय फुटबॉल के नज़रिए से, क्योंकि हम जी प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे फॉर दैट फाइनल राउंड फॉर द एशियन कप क्वालिफायर्स। तो हमारे लड़कों ने भाई कतर में खेला जॉर्डन के खिलाफ, और मेरे को तो जी फीलिंग आई नहीं। पर बात मेरी है नहीं, क्योंकि हमारे शो पे आज जो है, वी हैव 2 former India players, we have a former India captain, we have a veteran journalist who's been covering the game for more than 2 decades, and who probably understands this pain more than anyone on the show because he's watched so much football. And also we have क्रांतिकारी लोगों के मैराडोना सिद्धांत with us as well. तो भाई मैं पहले अपनी भड़ास नहीं निकालूंगा। मैं सबसे पहले हमारे रेनेडी भाई से बात करना चाहूंगा। रेनेडी भाई, बिकॉज आई वोक अप दिस मॉर्निंग विद अ वेरी, ये क्या था काइंड ऑफ मूड, आई डोंट नो, and you know me, Randy, I am coming from a place where I know what the expectation is, what the reality is, where we are, what our reality is, how much do we expect from these boys, and you're playing a higher ranked opposition. Did you also get a sense, or you're saying यार ये तो यही है हमारी सीन भाई, ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट करोगे तो कुएं में ही कूदोगे और कुछ नहीं होने वाला?
Brother, I totally agree with your last sentence. ज़्यादा expect करोगे तो कुएं में ही कूदेगा, you know.
कूद गए
this is
रेडी
the
भाई।
same. Yeah. So this is the same old thing again. We have to have a solution that how we can get better. Yesterday we have seen we are playing with the better ranked opponents, so we didn't expect. At least I didn't expect much, and we know that we are going to go. It's difficult for them. It's difficult for the boys. So now what? Now what we can do from here? We can criticize. We can go on and on and on. But the most important thing is हम लोग क्या कर सकता है अभी से, you know. So not only us, the whole India, the coaches, the management should be thinking क्या करे, कैसा करे. So the more we play, you know, it's going to get worse whenever we play with the better ranked teams. So now when they get a chance to play with a lower ranked player, with a lower ranked team, I think that's where we have to perform better. उसमें performance अच्छा करना होगा, but this we all know that it's the same old thing again. For me, I feel that now बच्चा young player लोग को लाओ, young player लोग को लाने के even वो लोग हारने के बाद भी I think that it will be for future they will be much better. For me, I would
रेडी
say.
भाई, अगर अगर आपको आदत ही नहीं है अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करने की, आप एक्सप्रेस कर ही नहीं रहे, और सडनली आप आ गए हो जी हांगकांग कंबोडिया के खिलाफ खेलने के लिए, कितना आसान है कि सडनली जी लोअर रैंक टीम है, थोड़ा स्पेस मिल रहा है मुझे बॉल पे, जहाँ पे जॉर्डन के खिलाफ 1-2 सेकंड मिल रहे थे, यहाँ पे 3 सेकंड मिल रहा है। आई एम जस्ट सेइंग, अज्यूमिंग, कैन अ प्लेयर सडनली स्विच? इज इट दैट इजी टू स्विच, रेडी भाई,
कुछ
टू
करना
सडनली
पड़ेगा
स्टार्ट टेकिंग
because
ऑन प्लेयर्स?
no, it's not going to be easy. But then that's why we can only judge and criticize. Because यहाँ पे for us it's easy. At the same time, it's difficult for the players. ये हम लोग पहले बार हम लोग बैठ के बात नहीं कर रहे कि better rank opponent के साथ, and we knew that it's going to get difficult, and so there was no expectation at all. Just that how हम लोग का एक philosophy चाहिए, हम लोग कैसा खेलना है, हम लोग क्या ऐसा खेल के हारे 2-0, या हम लोग full out all out attacking, it's an attacking type of play game खेल के हारे, हारना तो है ही है. So now for a future हारने के बाद भी if you can get something, so if you play attacking game, if you lose say 4-0 but attacking game, all out attacking game, so that everyone is going up there, so that we can take something for the future then. But by playing just holding it back and again conceding 2-0, it's not going anywhere, it's not good for the future. Yes.
What do you think of 5-3-2 then, Renedy bhai? Does that help us going forward, 5-3-2?
So it's all depend on the coach. So now this is where the quality of the coach. This is where we have to understand what he wants to play. So we cannot decide 4-3-2, 4-4. Any formation they play, we all want to play that attacking game, or we all want to get a result. But then 3-4-2, and that's totally the coach's decision to play. I wouldn't comment on that. But as a team, हम लोग formation में, any formation you play, you have to get good results and you have to play a better game. And even if you lose, you're losing 3-2, losing 3-0, 4-0. If you can play attacking game, chances create करके हारना अच्छा है. 2-0 ऐसा without any chances create करके हारना. For me, I would say that.
जयदीप सर, 20 साल से ज़्यादा आप फुटबॉल देख रहे हो, तो आप जानते हो इट्स कॉल्ड टफ लव। देयर इज अ वर्ड, मैं फुल नंबर नहीं जानता, बट मैं कह रहा हूँ सर कि इट्स कॉल्ड टफ लव, राइट? आपका दिल का कनेक्शन है, यू वांट योर टीम टू डू वेल, बट इट्स नॉट एबल टू गिव यू दैट काइंड ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस। सो इज दिस द सेम थिंग दैट्स कैरिंग ऑन, कि बस जी अपना ये लेवल है ही यही, इससे आगे नहीं एक्सपेक्ट करने का? और आप हैव यू सॉर्ट ऑफ हैड दीस काइंड ऑफ फीलिंग्स across your long journey with Indian football that continues?
So it has come, such a feeling had come previously also. I won't say that this is the first time it is coming. But there were some hopes also. Well, somebody is doing well. Sometime a team is doing well. In some patches they were doing well. Never for a very long run Indian team had done well. I don't remember, frankly speaking. I've been watching for so many years Indian team, but not really. Of course, in patches they have played well. In some tournaments they have played well, maybe. But here, after that Belarus game, I thought things would be better against Jordan, because Belarus was a very physical side. So I thought थोड़ा Jordan के साथ थोड़ा खेल लेंगे, कुछ हो जाएगा. लेकिन I think I am even more disappointed by the Jordan game. Even that Belarus match where we lost 3-0, I think. 3 गोल लग गए थे हम. उसमें भी मुझे जो 3-0 हार गए थे, उसमें भी मुझे जो लगा था उससे ज्यादा मुझे I felt very hopeless in yesterday's match. That's all I can say. There is no point bisecting the match that so and so didn't do well, that formation didn't do well. ऐसा कोई फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर आप bisecting करने बैठेंगे तो there will be so many points that we ourselves will be drowned by those points. So let's not get into the formation, or for that matter into the overall performance was not inspiring. That's what I can say. It wasn't inspiring. See, every time we sit down to watch the match, we expect something new from the team.
Yeah.
Even little bit. I'm not saying over the drastic changes, dramatic changes. I'm not asking for that. That's not possible. If anybody is asking for that, he's not doing the right thing. But now that up 10 दिन के अंदर, 12 दिन के अंदर, we are going to play 3 matches at a stretch for maybe in a span of 10 days we will be.
और हम कह रहे हैं जी अटैकिंग फुटबॉल खेलेंगे, हम गोल मारेंगे जी.
हो सकता है.
हमने गोल छुआ, हमने सूंघा भी नहीं सर, हम आसपास भी नहीं पहुंचे गोल के. तो
एक आप तो गए थे, एक आशिक का शॉट ऊपर से, जो भी है मतलब हाँ जो भी है, लेकिन ये है कि we were playing against a much superior opponent. Jordan is a very good team, what we found, solid team, Jordan. But again, from in the Asian Cup qualifiers, we will be playing against much weaker opponents. So that is the only silver lining here. But the way we played yesterday, again I am saying, very uninspiring. That is lack of inspiration. Were they really looking to play well? I don't know. I don't want to name players, but I have seen players who in the previously I have seen if a pass is given, miss pass is given, or not being collected properly, they will immediately react. But yesterday, even that was missing. As if they are resigned to fate. At times, it was. I felt like that. So overall, on the eve of the qualifiers, which is now on our doorstep, almost. Yes. I think the situation, at least what happened yesterday, I am very disappointed. Maybe they will improve in the next 1 week. I cannot vouch for that.
Sir, Ani bhai, so I'll tell you, yesterday throughout the game, I kept on having this fight within myself कि अब बंद कर देता हूँ. But then I said नहीं, शो करना है, देखना पड़ेगा. फिर मैंने कहा 10 मिनट बाद चल बंद कर देता हूँ, अब नहीं देखना. मैंने कहा नहीं, शो करना है, क्योंकि आके खुले में तो नहीं बकवास कर सकते ना भाई. जो देखोगे उसके बारे में बकवास करो, इतनी तो डेडिकेशन दिखाओ. कल कितनी बारी मन किया है, कितनी बारी मन किया कि ये बंद कर दूं मैं. Get ready for Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Not that was much better, huh? वहाँ भी कुछ ऐसा ही हाल था. वहाँ पे तो प्रॉब्लम वाज ओवर कोचिंग, बट यहाँ पे कुछ और ही इश्यूज है. I not only did I watch the whole game, I also forced some new people to watch.
Oh my God! वो नहीं आ रहे वापस.
नहीं आ रहे वापस. वहाँ पे चर्चा ये चल रही है कि maybe the game needs to evolve in such a way that when these kind of teams play, you have different rules. So, firstly, it should be reduced from 90 minutes to 60 minutes.
हंसी मजाक का माहौल बना दिया वहाँ पे आपने, मतलब अच्छा.
बिल्कुल. हाँ, मैं सोच रहा था कि forever convert होंगे ये लोग, like अब next time जब इंडिया खेलेगी पक्का 2-3 नए लोग मैच देखेंगे. यहाँ तो पूरा ही उल्टा हिसाब हो गया. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I joined this afternoon more to listen to what you guys had to say than have anything to say of my own. But this little story I had to tell.
मैं एक बात बताऊं कि रेंडी भाई, all of you, firstly, कल मैंने जी टोपी उतार के रिस्पेक्ट दी to the broadcasters of our league, क्योंकि जी जो ब्रॉडकास्टर है उसका काम है कि वो हाइप करे उसका प्रोडक्ट. सिंपल, बिजनेसमैन है, बिजनेसमैन का काम है उसका बिजनेस हाइप करे. एंड दे हैव डन अ वेरी गुड जॉब, बट आई मस्ट से दैट, बिकॉज वो बहकावे में डाल दिया उन्होंने मेरे को. बहकावे में डाल दिया कि जी ये प्लेयर है, ये वो करता है, ये करता है, ये वो करता है. तो हम बहकावे में आ गए, बहकावे में आए और वहाँ देखा दीजिए यहाँ पे तो कुछ देखने को मिला नहीं. इन द सेंस रेंडी भाई, like, you know, I'm not even expecting कि you attack the team. I'm not even expecting that you dominate the team. I am expecting a little spark that says, oh wow, ये देखने को मिला. You know, हम तो इतने टाइम से इंडियन फुटबॉल देख रहे हैं. आप सर, Ishfaq is joining us, Annie's here. You're looking for a spark. That spark was missing yesterday. That spark was completely missing yesterday. It was not there at all, Renedy bhai. And I can't understand this thinking कि ये तो पहले से चल रहा है. I don't think पहले से चल रहा है. I don't think. I feel, I don't know. I feel 2019 Asian Cup to the team now that is going for 2023 Asian Cup. This team is regressed. Don't even think of this team to qualify from the group stages if we make it. Is what I was thinking to myself. I don't know. What do you think, Renedy bhai? From that 2019 team to now.
I think that's a scary part where you are saying that you don't get to see the spark. And I think that's a lot to do with the motivation from the management, from the coaches, from the officials, and from the players themselves. I think if you don't have a spark, even if you play any type of game, you play any type of formation, where even if you're defending for 90 minutes, you need that spark, and defending is also a part of the game. Yes, like you said, we don't play attacking football, but we have to play if we are playing defending, that we need to fight for every single ball, and we need to get to see that spark. We need to see the desire, the fire inside the players, and we didn't get to see that. So somehow, like Jadid does say, is like in next 10-15 days, we have to produce that. And it will be a very important role for the coaches. To otherwise, this will be the last chance that the coach will be having, I feel, because there is a lot of pressure on him. I feel that. But yes, we will be playing with the weaker opponents, but this next few matches is a match that where we the people of India, we all have to decide. But yes, playing with the better opponents now, but the spark is missing. That's a scary part for the future.
Renedy bhai, before I get Ishfaq in, just one last question, because you've been in this situation as a player so many times. You've played higher ranked opposition, and we know our reality, right? What do you, when you go into a game versus Japan, when you go into a game versus a Korea, when you go into a game versus a higher ranked West Asian team, what are you expecting of yourself? Because you know that winning that game is too far, is too much away from me. So what are you expecting, that I do this and this, and then I can walk away from that game saying, yaar, ye theek hai. Result ki baat nahi ho rahi. But from an individual and from a team player perspective. Renedy bhai is...
Is this for me or Ishfaq? Is this for me or Ishfaq?
It's for you, Renedy bhai. It's for you, Renedy bhai.
It's for you. Oh, okay. Yeah. When we play, we have lost many matches in our time also with the better opponents, right? And we cannot say that हम लोग हारा नहीं है हम लोग के game में, or any game that we play. लेकिन like I said, by playing against Bahrain, losing 5-2, it's much better than winning against Nepal or Bangladesh 3-0 or 4-0.
It was enjoyable to watch. मजा आ गया था देखने में.
Yeah, that's what. So we played attacking. We scored 2 goals against those opponents, and that gives the best motivation to do next. And that's how I see in a football game. So now, even if, like I said, playing with the better opponents, if you are playing for a result, whatever the fans say, just play to win the game or to get the result, defending, fine. And if you can play attacking game and lose, like अभी सिद्धार्थ के साथ अभी बात हो रहा था सिद्धांत के साथ that yesterday even Liverpool lost.
वो डिफेंड करने चले गया है.
थोड़ी
देर में मिलते हैं.
I can hear.
इशफाक, good to see you sir. कैसे हो आप?
यहाँ तो बाकी तो ठीक चल रहा है, सिर्फ तेरा ही गया है शायद.
But I was able to hear.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
मैंने उल्टा कर दिया रेनेडी भाई. मैं मेरे को लग रहा है मैं मैराडोना हूँ इंटरनेट का आज यहाँ पे, पर ये तो उल्टा हो गया.
Okay. So now we were talking about playing. Even Liverpool lost yesterday. Liverpool lost by creating chances after chances, and you know they attack so well. So you can lose a match. We can lose a match. India can lose a match, but by creating chances or by defending properly. So that was not happen. So that desire and spark you're talking about, it has to be there in each and every place. Otherwise, we are not going anywhere.
सर इशफाक, गुड टू सी यू. मैं सर सीधा पॉइंट पे आ रहा हूँ. कोच साहब की बहुत बात हो रही है. सर इज इट टू लेट नाउ? एंड व्हाट इज द रियलिटी व्हेन यू ब्रिंग इन अ कोच, व्हेन यू थिंक ऑफ अ न्यू कोच? नया कोच भी अगर आएगा तो क्या बदलेगा? आप ये बताओ सर.
I think Renedy bhai and me, we had like long discussions like during the pro also. How do we change and move ahead? You know, like we say, see, the problem is like for us, we concentrate on senior teams, like Indian senior teams where we get good coaches, pay good salary, and then we don't get result. That's where we are wrong. Our base in pyramid is like upside down. So the top one is down, and we don't pay attention to the bottom where our base should have been stronger. See, we had like very good arguments like during our pro license. Renedy bhai will be knowing not only about Indian philosophy, like what should be. See, one of my biggest concern is like the mindset of people where we only think of the top teams. Senior teams. We bring good coach, we pay good salary. The main problem is we don't pay much attention to the grassroots or age group teams where we are okay to pay a 30 to 50,000 a coach. Okay, by kaam chal jayega. That is where we are wrong. That is unless, see, we have been doing this show, we will do. See, Jordan, first of all, Jordan is a very strong team. I was telling you, Jordan was really close to once. I think, I don't know, Jadip Da might be knowing when they played the playoffs, when they lost the playoffs. Almost they were very close.
Against Australia. Against Australia, they lost, yeah.
Yeah, so they are much better than team. Let's be clear about that. One thing is Spark, that is something different, you know, like which we will, as Renedy bhai was discussing already, that is something clearly about management side. But honestly, if we start building up from behind, we were very lucky couple of times when we tried to play back passes and, you know, like they pressed us and we were going nowhere. So that is style of playing, what kind of player is, what kind of players we have. That again we can have discussed. But as of now, this is our level. Now, one thing I agree with many people like who are saying, as Renedy bhai said, even if it is for example, a friendly match, let's have a good strategy. Maybe we go up we go a little bit attacking, or maybe not play defensive.
Don't be scared of losing or the scoreline.
Yeah, maybe because that when you are not scared of losing, that is the first step to success.
Yeah.
So because then people start expressing their talent, and one thing is like I saw a little bit spark only when Ashik came up front. Unfortunately, in clubs he's playing लेफ्ट बैक.
वही सर मैं भूल गया. मैंने कहा ये आशिक है, ये तो हमने देखा ही नहीं. इसको 10 साल हो गए यहाँ पे खेलते हुए. आगे बहुत टाइम बाद देखा लड़का वहाँ पे.
The guy he was competing with is the Jordan's best defender, huh?
Good player.
He's the best, most experienced defender they had, huh? Like he almost got 5 times. I think that guy should have been yellow carded. He made him foul, commit a foul every time. But then it's a different question. We couldn't take much out, or we couldn't purchase anything from the set pieces where we could have got more. That is coaches. We don't want to go, because we are also coaches, Renedy Bhai and me. Everybody has a different philosophy. But as I completely agree with Renedy Bhai, like sometimes uh, go attack, no problem. If you lose like that, okay, at least we tried. But I think which you already you and me were talking on the phone, that spark is not there. But I think at the moment there is no spark in entire Indian football, as the elections and everything is going on. So
वो तो सर वो बत्ती जगाई है वहाँ पे वो लाल शर्ट में सर ने.
Yeah, so as of now, we are a lot of rumors are going on that FIFA team is visiting soon to India to decide and see how things are. Jaideep Da was also writing about it. So one of the biggest concern is that we should pray to God that we should not be suspended. That is one because in FIFA rules it clearly says that when the third party gets involved, it's like goodbye, thank you, because many federation have been suspended before also. Whatever, we don't want to get in that. Let's only hope that we did. But regarding the
coach साहब नए कोच साहब आएंगे तो बदलेगा नहीं बदलेगा सर?
See, honestly, football is at senior level, it's performance based. You deliver, you are in. It's very simple. You don't deliver, you don't have the job. It's with everyone. I think it's clear recently. I think technical committee also had made it clear that, as Renedy Bhai said, you have to perform. It doesn't matter. Even if, imagine in previously, if he would have had good results, also a good, good thing to talk about. But in this group, if you don't qualify, even having a good past results also would have not helped you, because the group is where we expect to dominate or to qualify. If you don't qualify, it's not as a technical committee member. I'm telling you as a football fan, as an Indian football fan. Even for Renedy Bhai and me, if we are just coaches, even if we would be in his place or any other coach, it is that the level is such there, we have to qualify. And the best part is, like, we are hosting. So I think there is no doubt about it, and I think the chairman of the technical committee at last time it said also, which this every coach has, like, I have seen many times Constantine got like, say, this is the last opportunity if you perform and all that. How many times, again I say, how many times we will discuss again the same thing, as Renedy Bhai feels that we are not yet ready to start because we are not team yet to start the behind.
आपकी आवाज थोड़ी break हो रही है सर. There's some disturbance from your end. Yeah, it's a little better. आप जरा उसको देख लो. एनी भाई, football में winning losing ठीक है, because where football is in our country, we're still at a stage we're trying to attract new fans into the game, invest new fans. You experienced that last night. हंसी मजाक जो भी हो, I was seeing कुल मिला के सर 10,000 लोग on average were watching a game. 10,000 in a country of 1 billion. I was surprised that 10,000 didn't fall to 6,000 because of the kind of game that was happening. These are scary times. I'm sorry. You could qualify for the Asian Cup. Well done. But what are you going to do over there? How is this helping you? Or you do what Renedy Bhai said, and I think he hit the nail on the head right at the beginning. That young ladke log lo lao, who have no fear to express themselves, who have no fear of performance, of losing, and go in there, express themselves.
Even if you look at the chat on our show today, or any of the conversations that fans are having around the sport, and it's not limited to the performance of the men's national team last night. It's very much the same story across the board as far as some of these things are concerned. Yeah. Say, like Ishfaq was pointing out about coaches, right? How important now so many coaches across different levels of Indian football have the same kind of thought process, the same belief that you have to have better standards of coaching, better, more inputs at the grassroots level, right? यहाँ पे हमें फर्क समझ में नहीं आ रहा है एकेडमी क्या होता है और ग्रासरूट्स क्या होता है. हम तो ऐसी जगह फंसे हुए हैं ना. ये पूरा कंफ्यूज सिनारियो है. नए जो लड़के आ भी रहे हैं, नॉट जस्ट लड़के लड़कियां, इट्स द सेम. At the women's league, it was the same. The women's league just concluded, which is the top league for women in this country, right? Most of these teams have come together just a few days before the tournament has started. Now, because the licensing or the rules say that you have to have at least a B license coach, they bring in some coach for this 45-day tournament. That coach has 40 days in total, including the time of the tournament, to work with these players, right? So where will the improvement come? If those qualified coaches with licenses, with training, with education need to come in at a much earlier level so that they get time with the players. The players get a chance to learn from them.
You can't afford that, na, bhai. In our system, and our limitations and so on, the way our system is and the kind of limitations we face, it is imperative that the national team brings in new fans. The senior team. आपकी junior teams जो भी करें, but your national team will have a direct impact on whether your new fans are coming in and are getting invested into the sport.
See,
not
why
your league.
Why are we getting to the stage of new fans and all of that, right? So many people have been involved with the sport in this country.
But I'm saying after what you saw last night, you lose people also. And
yeah,
I'm not saying just last night. I'm saying it's a trend. You've been seeing the way this team has been playing.
No, I get
what you. How do you watch the 90?
Irrespective of
थोड़ा मुश्किल है.
हाँ, मुश्किल तो है, no doubt. But the thing with football is that I don't know, for some reason it like draws people in, and then once you're hooked. You don't leave ever.
Oh, क्या बात है भाई. नहीं, वो आप गलत फहमी में बैठे हो. आप आपकी दाढ़ी.
नहीं, I don't think so. I don't think so. अब like इस पैनल पे जो लोग बैठे हैं, अपनी जिंदगी कितने साल इंडियन फुटबॉल में लगा रखी हैं सबने, राइट? अगर छोड़ना होता तो
टॉप ऑफ द टॉप पैनल है ना भाई. ये तो टॉप ऑफ द टॉप पैनल है. मैं उनकी तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ. ये दे आर हाईएस्ट अचीवर्स इन इंडियन फुटबॉल.
आई थिंक सबके लिए वैसा है. जो यंग लोग, बच्चे हों या जो भी हों, नए फैंस हों. Like one of the people who I was sitting with yesterday, she has started becoming a fan because she started playing the sport very recently, right? Now, as opportunities increase to connect with the game at various levels, you will bring in new fans. You don't only need the national team to perform or win the World Cup to bring in new fans. ये हमारी सबसे बड़ी गलतफहमी है कि just because कपिल देव और उनके लौंडे 1983 में वर्ल्ड कप जीत के आए तभी क्रिकेट का कुछ बना.
बट सर उसका रीच अलग होता है. उसका रीच अलग ही होता है.
I agree, रीच अलग होता है. But there are already hundreds of millions of people watching football in this country, यार. So before we get to the stage of how to attract more people, more investment, more money, all of those things, let's at least do the basics right now. Let's at least start to create. I mean, if the system is the problem, nothing is stopping us from changing the system, right? As you pointed out, the work that Jaideep has done, so many people have put in. In the end, it was sort of litigation that was filed. I'm not saying things will change just because a new president will come into AIFF, but at least the people who are in power need to realize that there are stakeholders in this sport across the country at various levels who are actually interested and engaged with the game, right? So as long as I guess the answer to your question is I don't think we are in danger of losing fans because even when you perform as badly as you did last night, or maybe not badly, but it was a game that was as unremarkable. उसमें कुछ था ही नहीं बोलने के लिए really, except maybe little bits. Roshan's क्या कहते हैं वो?
That's bad. Or whatever. Yeah? The desire was missing. It was. I'm not even saying take them on.
Yeah, I agree. But it gives fans like us the chance also to get together on a Sunday afternoon and then have a bit of a rant about it, right? That's also part of the community building around football.
तो मतलब हमारा शो चला रहे हैं national team, हाँ?
So anyway, that's the thing, I think, and I think fans will come. All of these things will happen. Fans will come, players will come, coaches will come. All of these things will come if we do it like these guys who are experts, who have been engaged in the sport their entire life. जो जैसे ये बोल रहे हैं करना चाहिए, वैसा अगर हम सुनने लगे और करने लगे तो कोई इसमें ना रॉकेट साइंस है, ना कोई लिमिटेशंस है हमारी. आई डोंट थिंक आज के हिंदुस्तान में फुटबॉल के सिनेरियो में ना पैसे की लिमिटेशन है, ना किसी और चीज की लिमिटेशन है, बस करने की देरी है बस. और क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं हम, ये तो मतलब ये सवाल है. एक कहीं कोट पढ़ा था मैंने स्टीमाक साहब का बिफोर द मैच, देयर आर स्टिल सम क्वेश्चंस.
क्या पढ़ा आपने, बताओ.
देयर आर स्टिल सम क्वेश्चंस टू बी आंसर्ड. भाई साहब अगर आप नहीं देंगे आंसर क्वेश्चन की तो कौन देगा यार. आपको तो क्वेश्चन में डाला है ना. आप अगर बात ही नहीं करेंगे, बताएंगे नहीं आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, तो कौन देगा सवाल जवाब.
देखिए अब आप दिल पे ना लो. जब आप रिजेक्ट किए जा रहे हो, आप दिल पे मत लो इसको, ठीक है भाई. ये यू आर बिकमिंग अ रिजेक्टेड लवर जो जाके वो खून निकाल रहा है वहां पे.
like my friend Randeep says, rejection has taught me so many things.
You have learned and you've grown. But nicely said. But last we heard your friend who's gotten into playing football, after last night I think she signed up for dodgeball classes, so she's moved on.
Yeah, no, so the remarkable thing is that despite that game, these guys have still sat up and watched the Champions League final after that till whatever. So there's it's hard to explain love, ना क्यों हम एक दूसरे से प्यार करते हैं. So same thing, it's hard to explain it.
ऐसे नहीं बुलाते सर आपको क्रांतिकारियों का मैराडोना. ऐसे नहीं बुलाते.
Losing fans की दिक्कत नहीं है भाई. I think दिक्कत है कि once in a while हमें भी मिल के ऐसी बात करनी चाहिए ना कि यार मजा कितना आया कल.
कब करें, तरस गई है भाई. मेरी आंखें, मेरे कान, मेरे होठ और मेरी जीभ बोलने के लिए कि जी आज मजा आया.
11 तारीख 14 तारीख 3 wins out of 3, 9 points, top of the table.
ये धोखे में मत चलो भाई, ये धोखे में मत चलो. हमारे साथ 2 खेले हुए खिलाड़ी हैं यहाँ पे टॉप लेवल के. ये एकदम से स्विच ऑन करना है ना, इतना आसान नहीं होता भाई. आप मतलब बैठे हुए हो, पहली बॉल 2 बॉल 3 पास के बाद आप चौथा पास बना ही नहीं पा रहे हो. अब आप कह रहे हो जी आप पोजेशन फुटबॉल खेलोगे जी. आपने उनको खोला ही नहीं. अब आप कह रहे हो जी पूरी टीम को आप खोलोगे. कहाँ से भाई. ये इतना आसान नहीं है फुटबॉल में. बट मैं रैंट पे नहीं घुस रहा, सॉरी, क्योंकि मैं फिर पूरा शो चला दूंगा रैंट पे. बट सर के पास जा रहा हूँ.
हम चलते हैं ना, कर तू मोनोलॉग डाउन द लाइन.
नहीं भाई, इट्स नॉट फेयर बिकॉज सर COA new direction coming into the federation, will do they have too many things in their hand, and is something like performance of national team too small a topic right now with all the mess that's going on over there?
See, COA's task is very, very clear. COA, since the federation officials were not willing to conduct the elections in time, COA has been given the responsibility to conduct the elections in time. So COA's main primary role is to conduct the elections in time and give the federation back to the people who are actually who should be
elected.
Should be duly elected people. Because and since the previous committee has lost its mandate and still were clinging on to it, that's why they are what you say, the federation has been taken away from them. So COA,
but still happening, they are not leaving. Kashmir में भी हुआ, court ने order भी दिया, but they are still running the affairs and everything. कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता उनको. Federation को भी गया order, उनको भी गया, और nobody is caring because a lot of people want some people to be there always for their favor. So
yeah, but fortunately that is not happening in the All India Football Federation at the moment, because उनको तो पूरा जो instruction दिया गया है उसी के ऊपर चल रहा है. लेकिन COA will be, I think COA's main concern will be how to hold the election quickly and go out.
Go out. फिर आप
ये हाँ, क्योंकि ये जो फुटबॉल का जो इंट्रिकेसीज है, जो आप बोल रहे हैं, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, या यहाँ जो लोग बोल रहे हैं, COA को तो उतना मालूम नहीं है. COA has clearly said कि अभी तक जो चल रहा है चलने दीजिए, जैसा आपके एक्टिविटीज चलना है चलने दीजिए, और by 15th of June, all of you please come together and give me your suggestions on the new constitution, where the National Sports Code is missing, and at several places, do it and come to it. So it is now up to the members to do how to go about it. But the problem is different. Even if COA wants it to finish it off as soon as possible, there are people within the federation who don't want it to finish it as soon as possible. That is the thing. What do they want? They want it to be delayed, so that you will see how cleverly federation officials have been saying कि अरे ban हो जाएगा, FIFA ban आ जाएगा, as if they want the ban to come. See, nobody is saying the fact that if COA has been brought in by the Supreme Court for the reason to conduct the election, and the previous committee has been removed for not conducting the elections. So this committee, COA has come to make it.
It's still outside interference, na sir. It's still outside interference. It still comes into that category.
Outside interference, but COA, yeah, FIFA AFC team is coming on, I think 11th or 12th they're coming. Then we'll see what happens at that time. So, see, if you see at Mr. Patel's letter to FIFA, if you read between the lines, what does it say? It says if within next 3 days, 3 months, if they don't hold election, it's a subtle suggestion that please ban India. You go through it, read between the lines, you will understand. So that is the thing is going on. It is for the members and all officials who are running till now, who are running the federation till now. It is for them to come together and finish up the new constitution as soon as possible and hold the election. Then no other problem will come, isn't it? If members come together and tell the COA that we have agreed upon this constitution, let's please conduct the election, give a 1 month notice and conduct the election. But unfortunately, has anybody done so far? Nobody has done so. And I'm very, very sure about it. A section in the federation will do everything to put a hurdle into it. That I can give in writing from today, so that elections are not held.
फुटबॉल का पता नहीं, बट पॉलिटिक्स के अच्छे खिलाड़ी हैं हम लोग.
बहुत अच्छे
भाई पर वही मेरी बात तो वही है ना सर बात तो वही कर रहा था मैं कि रेनेडी भाई फुटबॉल सॉरी इशफाक आप कुछ कह रहे थे
भाई. रेनेडी और मैं ओनली वी कैन टॉक अबाउट फुटबॉल.
वही मैं कह रहा था. मैं वापस सर कहानी वही ला रहा था कि फेडरेशन जो है दे हैव टू मेनी थिंग्स टू हैंडल. फील्ड पे क्या हो रहा है सबको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. आप एनी भाई कहो कि फैंस नहीं छोड़ रहे, नहीं देख रहे, ठीक है, बट दैट रिजेक्टेड, ठीक है, इट्स पार्ट ऑफ द गेम. रेनेडी भाई मैंने कहीं पे सुना था कि बिकॉज चाइना पुल्ड आउट और 2023 दे स्टिल हैवंट फाइनलाइज्ड अ होस्ट and there's a possibility that
Japan could be,
but official तो नहीं है ना सर. मैंने कहीं सुना था कि 2024 में शिफ्ट हो सकता है. If it shifts to 2024, Renedy bhai, which means it gives you a year more to prepare, and you've qualified, would you say that it's time to invest in some young blood for that tournament? It is time to invest in some young blood, some new players who don't have that fear of going out there and expressing themselves.
Hello?
Yes,
yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Yeah.
Can hear you.
Yeah. So now, of course, yes, we need to, अपना senior team के साथ में, why can't we have a proper under 23 team to play more matches, so that आप देख सकेगा हम लोग ने कितना दिन आगे देखा था कि under 23 ने अच्छा खेला है. So now after that what happened? After that हम लोग ने कितना matches देखने को मिला है? 3 मैच देखे. तो वो लोग को आगे उसके बाद कंटिन्यूटी नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो अभी कहाँ से हम लोग हाउ कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट? यस, सीनियर टीम को खेलने दो जो मैच खेल रहा है. अगर वो लोग खराब भी खेल रहे हैं तो नाउ वी कैन नॉट बिकॉज दैट्स द लेवल दैट वी आर इन. लेकिन अगर अपना जूनियर टीम को तो अभी मैचेस क्रिएट करो, आप जितना प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करो सो दैट दे कैन प्ले मैच आफ्टर मैच, सो दैट दे कैन गेन एक्सपीरियंस, सो दैट जितना जल्दी वो लोग सीनियर टीम का जगह लेने के लिए. बट वी आर नॉट डूइंग दैट. Yes, I think it's a good idea of getting them matches, the under 23 team. उसके बाद senior team का जगह लेना चाहिए, because I think this is a high time. But if you don't give chances to them, how these players are going to play? So you need to get more matches and a lot of work to do from AFF also.
घुमा फिरा के इशफाक बात उसी पे आई थी ना इशफाक, कि आप जी मुकाबले खिलाओ जिस भी लेवल पे, लाइक भाई saying, Renedy भाई saying, and then at least, you know, if senior team is playing say 5 matches, 10 matches, under 23 is playing 7-8 matches, then you can take a measured call कि जी अब मैं ला रहा हूँ.
Yes, brother, if I can come here again. So now every Japanese team plays senior team. Uske one day after they play under 23 play. Any country that they play, after one day before under 23 play. So just imagine साथ में senior team के साथ में under 23 को भी chances मिल रही है कि to prove. So कितना उसके लिए वो लोग organization here, the organization comes. Organization matters. Only senior team ठीक है, but under 23 भी तो it's very close, नजदीक में है, तो वो लोग को भी chances देता है. So if we can do that, that will benefit Indian football. Yes, I know it costs a lot of money, a lot of organization, but we have to, and that's the only way. Like you said, अगर आप देखना अच्छा football देखना चाहेगा तो यही करना पड़ेगा.
And just to take that one little bit further, the same needs to happen at club level as well. Like if you see leagues around the world, when senior teams play matches, either before or after that, reserve teams, junior teams also play. Maybe it's the same clubs or a different league structure, but when you say invest in young players, the investment has to come at every level. Like for those players to be able to suddenly rock up at international level and be able to do something, they have to have a certain number of club matches or matches at a different level under their belt. They have to have that experience, that game time needs to be there. So the entire structure needs to be built, paying attention not just to what happens on television, on your top league and all of that, but like at every level, it needs to be considered. Yeah. Sorry, Ishfaq, you were saying something.
नहीं, I think मैं रेनेडी भाई को याद दिला रहा था when he was in senior. I think when Constantine first time he was coach under 23, I wasn't there in under 20 many time, like we were together.
Yeah, इशफाक ने गोल मारा था, इशफाक ने सेंटर लाइन से गोल मारा था, उसके लिए याद दिलाया. ऐसा ही तो सिलेक्शन हुआ. किसके खिलाफ गोल मारा? ये किसके खिलाफ ने इसने सेंटर लाइन से गोल मार दिया. That's how he got selected. ये उसके बाद इंडियन टीम में सीनियर इंडियन में आया ये.
तो भाई लेकिन but that is what you were saying, na? That is how it happens. Like when
that's good. Yeah.
That is what exactly.
It has to go hand in hand. Yeah.
So what I was saying, that we could have, like, as there is, like, these are the things like which we have to change. Maybe अभी जब हम लोग कलकत्ता में मैचेस खेल रहे थे तो इजीली एक अंडर 23 के साथ भी खेल सकते थे, you know, like organize them and play as Renedy by was saying. कभी-कभी you never know, all of a sudden एक player हम लोग को impress करता है and then we feel okay, he can be the part of the senior team. And I think yes, overall वही आता है, as Arjun was saying, competition. Like, let's see, this season the domestic season is getting a little bit bigger, like as we have been already told. The pre-season will start earlier, more matches, but how good they will be, but they are still 28 matches are still less, like still not enough, but at least it's a good step, like to get players to have more matches. Like अगर कल को ये 28 matches up to 35 भी जाएंगे तो that will be a fabulous, you know, like those are the small things, like where, you know, like we don't realize how much big impact they have on players' career, on the development of the players. Maybe 5 or imagine like squad rotation when you have more matches. These under 23 players will get more matches, more playing time. So overall, all these small things, as Renedy bhai mentioned, under 23 also playing international matches. तो सब मिला के मतलब काफी एक अच्छा डेवलपमेंट, मतलब मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि बहुत ज्यादा, लेकिन but they help. as it's proven, like as Renedy was telling, Japan does it, like वो लोग कर रहे हैं. So I think कभी-कभी हम लोग ये छोटे-छोटे मतलब we forget that the 1,000-step journey always start with the first step. तो मुझे लगता है कि this is where we need to give more playing time, and I think now two of our top age groups are gonna get the qualifications of Asian Cups. I'm really looking forward to see them how they will perform, because we were there as both the coaches of their coaches are also doing the pro license. They have like really tough groups. They don't have a easy groups, like good powerhouses of Asia. So that will be also a good eye opener, like how they perform. Like, because that is where we will produce players from. So a lot of, we can only hope for the best, like that is the only thing. As a football fan, as an Indian football fan, I personally always feel, yes, there are basic things which we have to keep. One thing is stuck in my mind: pay good, bring good coaches and pay them good to grassroots. Because one good coach can produce one good player, one bad coach can spoil 10 good players.
ये सही बात बोली आपने, बिल्कुल. So ये बड़ी अच्छी बात बोल दी आपने. Anything else, gentlemen? Because I'm going to start wrapping up the show. Anyone wants to add anything before I say good night, goodbye, good afternoon, whatever it is? Anyone? No, I think सबके पटारे खाली हो गए. निकल गए.
बहुत है. Thank you बोलो सबको, चलते बनो.
बहुत है. मैं तो ये कहना चाह रहा हूँ.
Brother, let's see if can.
हाँ जी रेनी भाई.
Yeah, let's see if we can do well in the next coming matches in Calcutta, and let's hope.
पर वहाँ पे हमारी पनौती होगी सर.
And after that,
हमारी पनौती भाई एनी होगा स्टेडियम में, तो पता नहीं. I think they've already backed
but
against the ball.
there cannot be any excuse. वहाँ में excuse नहीं हो सकता है कि, so now we can always say we are playing with the better opponents, and in that place we cannot say that better opponents. That's the place where we have to prove that we are good. Yeah. India is good, so we will see, and I'm really looking forward for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're all looking forward to that. I'll just give a bit of an update to all the people who are watching the show. हमारा जो दाढ़ी वाला भाई है वो पहुंचेगा कैलकाटा, and he'll be there for all 3 games. तो वो वहाँ से हमारे लिए कवरेज लाएगा और वो छानबीन करेगा और पता नहीं क्या-क्या करेगा. But he'll be joining us and giving us आंखों देखा हाल of what is going down in Calcutta, because those 3 games. ट्रेनिंग पे अलाउड है भाई हमारा?
पता नहीं, अभी कुछ पता नहीं.
अभी हमारी एक्रेडिटेशन अप्रूव नहीं हुई है. ये भी बोलना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है. Gentlemen, it was lovely having all of you on the show. Also to all the fans who are disappointed, I'm included. I think till the time you reach that 40 match season, you will always be behind. So in a sense, I don't think there's any point in तलवार निकाल के, बंदूक निकाल के इन प्लेयरों पर. जो प्लेयर 20 मैच खेल रहा है और जो प्लेयर 45 मैच खेल रहा है, उसमें जमीन आसमान का फर्क होगा. सिंपल सी बात है जी. फुटबॉल जो है रेपिटेशन का स्पोर्ट है. किसी भी चीज में आपको एक्सेल करना है, रेपिटेशन कंसिस्टेंसी कर दिखाना ही होगा, और तभी आप जाके वो खिलाड़ी बनते हैं या जिस चीज में आप एक्सेल करना चाहते हैं. तो अब बस एम ये है कि एशियन कप पहुंच जाए. एशियन कप पहुंच जाए, वहां पे एक्सपेक्टेशन जी उसको छोड़ दो. एशियन कप पहुंच गए तो मतलब आप वर्ल्ड कप जीत गए और जय माता दी, आपकी जी गाड़ी आगे चल रही. नहीं पहुंचे तो फिर जी हम आ जाएंगे आपके सामने 420 ग्राम्स लेकर, फिर यहाँ पे पिटारे खोलने आपके सामने. जयदीप बासु, इशफाक अहमद, सिद्धांत हैनी and Renedy bhai, whose internet dropped. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, and I'm sorry we haven't taken too many comments from the chat, but I thought the conversation was nice and flowy, so I didn't want to break that, and that's the only reason. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and once again a reminder, we're going in a big way for the Calcutta qualifiers. Siddhant will be there on ground, and hopefully we'll bring you the very best then. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.